All right, students, so I hope that you turn this video on, that you're listening, that you're ready to do all these problems. Actually, you're not going to do all these problems because we're only going to do number 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I am going to give you some problems that I want you to do for homework. Now, you have the answers here, but remember, if you don't show me your work, I'm not giving you credit for this. The whole entire purpose of this is for you to actually learn how to work these problems. Okay, so I'm going to go pretty quickly on these because it's getting late. So I'm gonna go pretty quick. So you can always pause it and go back. So now here it says Mount Everest is 8,707.37 feet higher than Mount McKinley. So Mount Everest, I don't know what Mount Everest is. So he's gonna be X. I'm gonna use a coefficient. Is, the word is, I always put an equal sign. So X is, Mount Everest is 8,707.37 feet higher. So I know that it's going to be more than Mount McKinley. Mount McKinley is given for me. So I know Mount Everest is Mount McKinley plus 8707.37. Now, where you guys make a lot of mistakes is that when you add decimals, you're not lining up things correctly. It has to be lined up by place value and by decimal. If not, you're gonna get this wrong. So put it vertically. You have to do it neat. Some of you that have really ugly handwriting, it doesn't work out in math. Messy math makes mistakes. So as you see, I'm lining them up by place value. We are adding 7, 8, 8, 2, 10, carry the 1, 9, 2. So Mount Everest is 29,028.87, and here is my answer. Number 8, Liam, also one of our friends here. Liam descended. Descended means that it is going down. So here's Liam on top of a mountain, and Liam descended from the summit of K2. Well, first of all, you need to know what is K2. He's there right now. So K2 is 28,251.31, and he went down. Okay, so he went down to an elevation of 23,201. So he went down to this elevation. Now the question is, how many feet did Liam go down? Well, I don't know, but I know he went down. So the equation is going to be that he started at 28,251.31 minus something, and he ended up at 23,201.06. Lots of numbers, so it's very easy for you guys to make a mistake. So Liam was here. He went down, I don't know how much, that's what we need to find out, and he ended up at 23,201.06. Read the question again if you're confused. So what are we doing here? You need to find the difference. If he was at 28,000 something and he ended up at 23,000 something, what is the difference between these? Now we're subtracting, we're finding the difference. So again, please line them up carefully because we're finding the difference. You're going to subtract. Always put your bigger number first. Drop your decimal. You're borrowing from here. 11 minus 6 is 5. 2, 0, 5, 0. Okay? And your comma. So he descended. He went down 5,050 feet. Okay? Let's do this one quickly. K2 is 11,194.20 feet higher than Mount Kenya. Now, it says write and solve an equation to find the elevation of Mount Kenya. Okay, this is making it more difficult than what it is. But let's think about this. You have K2. Okay? K2, we know that it is 28,251.31. It's given to you right here. Okay? Now, you also have Mount Kenya. Now, Mount Kenya, I don't know what it is. But what I do know, okay, I don't know what Kenya is, but I do know that K2 is bigger. It's higher, not bigger. That's bad. It's higher okay, then Mount Kenya it's higher by 11,194. So how do you think you're going to get Mount Kenya? If this is K2 and K2 is taller, it's higher than Mount Kenya by this much, I'm going to subtract 11,194.21, and that's going to give me how much Mount Kenya is. So you kind of have to make sense of these word problems when you read them. Again, do it neatly. I'm doing it fast, so I'm not as neat. But even though I made a mistake today in class, typically my math is a little better than yours. Drop. Remember, we are subtracting 0, 1. You are borrowing. 11 minus 4 is 7. The 4 minus 9, oops, you can't do that. You need to borrow again. This becomes a 1. 14 minus 9 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. 8 minus 1 is 7. 2 minus 1 is 1. So Mount Kenya is at an elevation of 17,057.1. Okay? All right, number 10. I chose to do number 10 for you, even though it's not really what it has something to do with last thing, because this is where you use proportionality all the time. It says a hot air balloon begins its descent. So it starts going down. Okay, so a hot air balloon. Here's a hot air balloon, really cute. It starts going down at a rate of 22.5 feet per minute. So per 1 minute. So 22.5 feet per minute. How long will it take for the balloon's elevation to change by 315 feet? So you're given the 315 feet, and they're putting the negative because it's dropping. So how long, the how many minutes is what I don't know. So in this type of question, whenever you see per minute and things like that, you can always set it up. So 22.5 feet per minute, 1 minute, is to 315 feet per, well, how long? So that's when you cross multiply 1 times 315, you know is 315, divided by 22.5. Remember, when you divide fractions, you need to turn this into an improper fraction. So let's rewrite it. 315 divided into 2 times 22 is 44, plus 1 is 45 over 2. And now you do keep, change, flip. Okay, and now you cross multiply, put a 1 here. 315 times 2 is 630. 1 times 45 is 45. Divide. How many times does 45 go into 6? No time. 45 goes into 63. 1 times 45 is 45. 13 minus 5 is 8. 5 minus 4 is 1. Bring it down. How many times does 45 go into 480? Wait a second. 10 times is 450. Wow. What does that tell me? I made a big mistake here. Something is wrong here. Yeah, you see? 5 minus 4 is 1. What am I talking about? You guys can always catch your mistakes. When you do it fast, like I'm doing right now, because I want to keep this video short, that's, so 5 minus 4 is 1. What is wrong with me today? So 45 goes into 180 how many times? Well, I know that 2 times is 90, and 90 and 90 is 180. So I tell you already that it's going to be 4 times. But you can do it over here and make sure. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18, 180. Sorry, guys, I'm doing it fast because this is going to be way too long. So your answer is 14 minutes. So 22.5 feet per 1 minute. Okay, 315 feet is going to take 14 minutes. And there's your answer. And again, go back, you guys, and pause it and do it slowly. But this is one of those. Now, this is your assignment. Let's see if you guys remember what we did today. 2x equals 8. For the homework, I want you to actually show me the work. Do not tell me that that's 4. I know that's 4. What do you need to do? Okay, when it's multiplication, the opposite of multiplication, to get rid of it and isolate that x, you're going to divide by 2 because that will make it a 1. And 1 times x is just x. Whatever you do to the left, you do to the right. So now you divide by 2 and you're left with x equals 8 over 2, which gives you x equals 4. Okay, now do this one on your own and turn it in. I want to see it like this. Don't just give me the answer. I know this is easy. Okay, that's going to be your number 1. Number 2, we did this in class. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of this over here, but I want this one. Okay, if you have 3/4 x equals 4, I am going to do the reciprocal. If I multiply by 4 over 3, that is going to cancel out because 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12, 12 over 12 is 1. So that cancels out. Now, whatever I do to the left, if I multiply by the reciprocal, I got to do it to the right. Now I got to multiply by the reciprocal. Now I'm going to rewrite it. I am left with 4 times 4 over 3. Remember, this is like having a 1 underneath. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 times 3 is 3, so x equals 16 over 3. And that's your answer. And you can put it in mixed number if you want. Okay, so do number 2. Let's practice and do number 3. I'm going to give you another one. Number 4, let's go back to some easy ones. Remember, how do you get rid of the 2? You're going to have to subtract 2. Now, if you subtract 2 from here, you're going to have to do the same over here. Okay? And start practicing those negative numbers. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you an example of these two. I'm going to give it to you over here. 7. Okay, so I'll have to subtract 7. That makes it 0, so I'm just left with x. And I subtract 7. So x equals negative 8 and negative 7. It's a negative 15. That's an example, but I want you to do this. Okay, so easy homework, you guys. I want you to do number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your own. That's all I want. Okay, easy peasy. On Wednesday, I'll give you some more. I want you to do this. This is practice of what we did today. And give me number 7, 8, 9, 10. I want you to show me the work as I did it with you. It can't get any easier. I want you guys to work on your Khan Academy. I put a new assignment and I want to give you guys all an A, so please go ahead and do it. If you have any questions or if you cannot log in, please email me at anna.lorenzo@imagineschools.org. Again, it is anna.lorenzo@imagineschools.org. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.